Baptist College for exciting NCCAA baseball. Today's doubleheader features the Conquistadors from Florida National University versus your very own Trinity Baptist College Eagles. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please rise for our opening prayer? Dear Father, we thank you for the day that you have given us, and we are thankful for the beautiful weather that is allowing us to play baseball today. Lord, I ask that you keep both teams safe on the field and injury-free. Father, I ask that you help us keep good sportsmanship and that we do everything for your glory. Keep us safe as we go on with our day. In your name, we pray. Amen. And now for the starting lineups. First, for the visiting team, the Conquistadors. Batting first, the catcher number 11, Daniel Rodriguez. Batting second, the center fielder number 36, Sergio Rivas. Batting third, the second baseman number 3, Alejandro Arazosa. Batting fourth, the third baseman number 10, Jaziel Perez. Batting fifth, the first baseman number 37, Kyle Morrison. Batting sixth, the shortstop number 4, Nick Diaz. Batting seventh, the right fielder number 22, Francisco Perez. Batting eighth, the pitcher number 14, Roberto Rodriguez. And batting ninth, the left fielder number 5, Nike Perez. And now, the starting lineup for your Trinity Baptist College Eagles. Batting first, the center fielder number 10, Parker Lafferty. Batting second, the first baseman number 16, Ryan Heller. Batting third, the pitcher number 5, Will Van Sickle. Batting fourth, the catcher number 15, Cale Jones. Batting fifth, the third baseman number 25, Josh Ward. Batting sixth, the second baseman number 1, Dario Huerta. Batting seventh, the left fielder number 6, Colby Kennedy. Batting eighth, the shortstop number 11, Mark Rogers. And batting ninth, the right fielder number 8, Tyler Graves. Please remain standing as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Trinity Baptist College, a home of the Eagles, as we are getting ready for the season finale doubleheader between the Eagles and the Conquistadors of Florida National University. Hello again, everybody. I'm Ray Bureau. Dean is on camera here this afternoon, and the final games of the season for both Trinity Baptist College and Florida National University, who are members of the USCAA and the NAIA. After last night's win, the Conquistadors are 6-39 on the season, and they're taking on the TBC Eagles, members of the NCCAA South Region. And after last night's game, now with a record of 13 wins and 25 losses. You're looking at Will Van Sickle out there on the mound. He'll be the starting pitcher in Game 1 of this afternoon's Twin Bill. Van Sickle is 1-3 with a .661 earned run average. This will be his 12th appearance overall, 8th start. He has one complete game. That was a shutout. He's also saved one. Van Sickle has 31 1/3 innings to his credit. He's allowed 38 hits, 30 runs, 23 earned, while walking 15 and striking out 29. In case you missed it, here's the batting order that Van Sickle will face. Catcher Daniel Rodriguez, center fielder Sergio Rivas, second baseman Alexandro de Arazosa are the top three. The middle third of the batting order is third baseman Yasiel Perez, first baseman Brandon Torres, shortstop Nick Diaz, and the bottom third right fielder Francisco Perez, pitcher/DH Roberto Rodriguez, and left fielder Nafi Perez. Defensive alignment for the Eagles. Tyler Graves gets a start. He's in right field. Parker Laffery in center, and Colby Kennedy is playing left. Josh Wharton is at third. Mark Rogers, a shortstop. Dario Huerta playing second. Ryan Hellers at first base, and Cale Jones is behind the plate. Here is Daniel Rodriguez. Had himself a 2-for-4 performance last night. Also walked twice and scored 3 times. So the first pitch from Van Sickle is a strike, and this ball game is underway. No balls and a strike. Rodriguez came into this series hitting .333 on the season, 2-for-4 last night. So no balls and a strike. And Van Sickle from the stretch. Breaking ball that bounced in the dirt to even up the count. Rodriguez doubled and scored leading off the ball game last night. Scored a run in the 8th and the 9th inning as well. Conquistadors got 5 runs in the 8th and 9th innings combined. And Van Sickle misses high with a fastball. It was 10-6. Trinity got 2 in the bottom of the 9th, but no more. They had the bases loaded, but Cale Jones' fly ball was caught in center field by Sergio Rivas to end the ball game. Van Sickle misses low and outside, and a count now 3 balls and a strike. First batter of the ball game, in case you're just joining us, a little bit of a late start, not that much. A beautiful 76 degrees with only a 10% chance of rain. Bright sunny skies overhead. Winds blowing in from right center at about 14 miles per hour. Van Sickle delivers, and there's a high fly ball foul out of play to the right side, and the count is full. Last night, that wind kept changing speeds and directions all throughout the ball game. So far, it's been pretty steady since we got here an hour and a half ago. Payoff pitch coming from Van Sickle. And a line drive well hit towards center field. Laffery on the chase, and this one is going to 2-hop the fence. And Rodriguez, like he did last night, has himself a leadoff double. And he's at second with nobody out. And the catcher, Daniel Rodriguez, will come out for a courtesy runner. We saw Nafi Perez do the running for him last night, but Perez is in the lineup today, so we'll see who the courtesy runner is. It is Jose Gomera, whom we also saw run quite a bit for the pitcher last night. So Gomera takes over at second base. Nobody out. Sergio Rivas, a center fielder, now at the plate, came into the series hitting .156. Squares around, drops down a bunt, and fouls this one off. Last night, Rivas had a tough night at the plate, nothing out of 4 and a couple of punch-outs. No balls and a strike. Van Sickle delivers, and another bunt attempt is fouled off, and it's 0-2. That ball from Rodriguez carried a lot further than it appeared to coming off the bat. Laffery gave it a great effort, just couldn't quite get there. No balls, 2 strikes. And a high fly ball, well hit to right center field. This time Laffery will make the catch. Gomera, though, will tag and advance to third, and he's there with 1 out. So second baseman Alejandro De Arazosa at the plate. Last night, 2 for 6 with a pair of RBIs. Came into the series hitting .268 with 12 RBIs, now up to 14. And the first pitch swing and a miss out of breaking ball. Eagles pulling the infield in, trying to keep that first run from scoring here in the top of the first. No balls and a strike. And a fastball misses low and outside to even the count. Conquistadors scored first last night. Trinity came back with 3 before FNU tied it up. There's a line drive into right field. Graves makes the catch over the shoulder. Runner tags and the throw to the plate not in time. And just like last night, Florida National gets the first run of the ball game as a result of a leadoff double. Nice catch out there in right field, but Graves, but no chance as he had to reach over the shoulder. And that's a sacrifice fly RBI for De Arizosa. And with 2 outs and the bases empty, it brings up Yasiel Perez. He was 3 for 5, scored a run, drove in 2 last night's ball game. He takes a first pitch off speeder for the strike. Yasiel came in hitting .228, 15 RBIs. Added to that total last night. And the pitch and a high fastball evens the count at 1-1. One run is in, 2 outs, bases empty. Van Sickle delivers and gets the fastball fouled off. Daniel Rodriguez sparking the Conquistadors in each of the first 2 games. 7-inning ball game, and when this one ends, we'll stop the feed and start up a brand new one when game 2 is ready to begin later this afternoon. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch from Van Sickle, and that one misses low and outside. Florida National led by head coach Mr. Nick Strong. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. There's a ground ball towards short. High hop. Rogers fields, throws to first and throws it away. And that'll allow Perez, who took off for second, and he gets back, and the Eagles get him before he hits the bag. So that's going to go as an error on the shortstop. Cale Jones does his job. 2-3 on the final putout. And the TBC Eagles come to bat for the first time this afternoon, trailing 1-0. Great job by Cale Jones. Ball looked like it was about to go into the dugout area, but Jones picked it up. Perez went too far off the bag, trying to get back, but Cale Jones got the out. Trinity Baptist will have Parker Lafferty in center field, Ryan Heller playing first base, Will Van Sickle, the pitcher/DH. Middle third of the batting order, Cale Jones, the catcher who just made that nice defensive play. Third baseman Josh Wharton, Dario Huerta playing second base. That's the middle third of the batting order. Colby Kennedy in left, Mark Rogers at short, and Tyler Graves in right make up the bottom third of the batting order. They are going to face Roberto Rodriguez. He is on the mound for the Conquistadors, and the freshman pitcher Rodriguez is making his 19th appearance overall, second start, no wins, 2 losses. He has pitched 30 2/3 innings. He's given up 69 hits, 59 runs, 53 of those earned. He has walked 20 and struck out 15. ERA of 15.55. And Trinity Baptist scored 8 runs last night, not quite enough. They hit the ball well. Florida National made some terrific defensive plays on the Eagles. TBC also took advantage of some late control issues and defensive miscues. They ended up scoring 5 runs in the final 3 innings, but again, not quite enough. The defense for the Conquistadors, Nathan Perez is in left. Sergio Rivas playing center. Francisco Perez in right. Yasiel Perez plays third base. Shortstop is Nick Diaz. Alexandra De Arizosa at second base. And the first baseman is Brandon Torres. Behind the plate, Daniel Rodriguez and Roberto Rodriguez on the mound. have a high fly ball into center field. Rivas camps under it. 1 pitch, 1 out. I did make a mistake giving you that lineup. Playing first base and batting fifth is Kyle Morrison. Brandon Torres was last night's starting pitcher and had himself his first base hit and RBI of the season. So 1 out. Base is empty. Ryan Heller steps up to the plate. Heller last night, 1 for 4, scored a run. Didn't mean to, a check swing, and he bounds one right back to the pitcher. So 2 pitches and 2 outs for Roberto Rodriguez. Brings up Will Van Sickle. He was 2 for 4 and drove in a pair of runs, also walked twice in last night's ball game. Heller did not mean to hit that ball. Last night, the Conquistador player did the same thing. I believe that was Francisco Perez in the 9th, and his ball ended up in center field for an RBI single. No balls and a strike to Will Van Sickle. And an off-speed pitch right down the middle for strike 2. And Sickle, starting pitcher / designated hitter. No balls, 2 strikes. High drive, well hit down the right field line, over the fence, but it hooked foul. That cleared the fence down near the 320 sign, but he got out in front of it. And that's nothing but a foul ball. Well, sitting 306 on the season, 24 runs driven in, a pair of home runs. And out in front of this one, chopped it foul. So no balls, 2 strikes. Rodriguez, soft tossing right-hander. And here comes the 0-2. Fastball misses outside, and it's 1-2. Rodriguez threw 2 pitches and got 2 outs. Now a ball and 2 strikes to Will Van Sickle. Bottom of the first, 1-0 Florida National. There's a line drive base hit into right. And Sickle waited back on that one. Made some good solid contact, and the Eagles have a 2-out base runner. Cale Jones had a good night at the plate last night. 2 for 5. He drove in 3 runs. Van Sickle is the pitcher. Sammy Coffrin will do the courtesy running for Van Sickle. So Coffrin at first, 2 outs. Cale Jones, the batter. Jones also drew a walk last night and threw out 3 base runners trying to steal. And a high fastball. 1 ball, no strikes. Jones made some good contact in the final at-bat of the game last night with the potential winning runs on base, but Sergio Rivas tracked that ball down in center field. Throw over to first, and Coffrin back in plenty of time. One ball, no strikes. Rodriguez from the stretch. And there's a looper off the fist. That ball's going to drop. That's a base hit for Jones, and the Eagles have 2 on with 2 out. Francisco Perez playing deep, respecting the power of Jones, and Jones was able to just loop it in. He hit it right off the handle. And now we'll have a courtesy runner for the catcher. This is Nick Zito taking over now at first base. Jones didn't hit it hard, but he found an opening. And the tying run at second base. Josh Wharton at the plate. Last night, 1 for 4. Gets under this one and pops it up. Got a chance to drop, but it's going to be caught by the shortstop, Nick Diaz, and that retires a side. A pair of 2-out singles, but nothing else for the Eagles. And after 1, Florida National leads 1-0. We'll be back in 60 seconds after this message from the NCCAA. One nothing Conquistadors after one complete. Daniel Rodriguez led off the game with a double. His courtesy runner, Jose Gomera, scored on the sacrifice fly by Alexandro de Arizosa. That's it so far. Trinity Baptist got 2 hits after the first 2 men were out. Then a pop-up ended their inning. And so we start the top of the second with 5, 6, and 7 due up in the batting order. Kyle Morrison, Nick Diaz, Francisco Perez. Morrison 2 for 4 last night, drove in 1 and scored 2. First pitch fastball misses outside. Morrison came in hitting 200. Came into the series, that is. Takes ball 2 low. Last night's winning pitcher, reliever Luis Toro, he had some control issues, but he got some offensive support as well. There's a high drive left center field. That ball's going to be caught on the run. Nice job by Colby Kennedy. And that's 1 out. Ball hit sharply. Looked like it was ticketed for the fence. So 1 away. Shortstop Nick Diaz at the plate. He came into the series hitting .254. Last night was 2 for 3. Left-hand hitting shortstop. And the first pitch, ground ball towards second. Huerta bobbles, picks it up, throws to first. Ball hit sharply enough that Huerta was able to just recover, didn't panic, didn't lose focus, and made the play.
Now batting number 22, Francisco Perez.
So 2 outs for Francisco Perez. Last night, he drove in 3 runs on a 2 for 4 performance, also scored 1, takes a first pitch fastball for a strike. So 0-1. And Sickle delivers. Breaking ball in there for strike 2. Perez came into the series hitting .293. There's a line drive towards left. That one will find the grass. Perez will round first. He'll head on into second with a 2-out double. And Sickle got the first 2 men out pretty easily. Now has a runner in scoring position. Roberto Rodriguez, the pitcher.
Now batting number 14, Roberto Rodriguez.
We didn't see Roberto last night on the season. No hits so far. He's had only 1 at-bat. He's also drawn a walk, so 2 plate appearances. As a man in scoring position, swings and misses at a first pitch breaking ball. No balls and a strike. And that one misses low and outside. Francisco Perez with that double, his 5th of the season. The 1-1 and a fastball right down the middle for strike 2. Nathan Perez on deck. He was a late entry into last night's ball game. No official at bat. A walk and a sacrifice. He scored a run, however. Rodriguez fouls this one out of play, and the count remains a ball and 2 strikes. Wind's blowing in from right center at about 14 miles per hour. Here's a 1-2. Check swing, and he went around, and ball hit the dirt, so Jones will apply the tag. And that retires the side. 2-out double, but that's it for the Conquistadors. We go to the bottom of the 2nd, no score. Dario Huerta, Colby Kennedy, and Mark Rogers are the scheduled hitters in the bottom of the 2nd. Roberto Rodriguez allowed 2 hits but no runs through the 1st inning. He got 2 outs on the first 2 pitches he threw. And Van Sickle and Jones both singled into right. Rodriguez, though, was able to get a pop-up to end the inning. So Dario Huerta at the plate, start things off here in the bottom of the 2nd. 1 for 4, the runs scored last night. And he takes the first pitch for a strike. Huerta's now hitting .261 on the season. No homers, 8 RBIs. And the 0-1 offering. Rodriguez doesn't throw hard at all, but so far, the Eagles have had trouble staying back and waiting on it. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch. That one's hit pretty hard down the left field line. That's a fair ball. Huerta will round first. He's going to go for 2. The throw is cut off, and the leadoff double. Huerta waited back on that one just enough. Saw Will Van Sickle from the left side get out in front and hit one foul over the right field fence. Huerta pulled that one down the left field line, and he's at second with nobody out, and Colby Kennedy at the plate. Good start to the inning. Kennedy hitting .211 coming into today's play. And the first pitch, fastball is outside. Kennedy last night, no hits in 4 official at-bats. He did draw a walk and drive in a run. Chance for him to tie up the ball game with a base hit. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch. Line drive, right center field. That's going to find the grass. Huerta had to make sure it wasn't caught, but now they're going to wave him on in. And that's going to be an RBI double for Colby Kennedy, and we're tied at 1. Fourth hit for the Eagles. Bottom of the order, waiting back on the soft toss. And a pair of doubles to start the inning. Bring up Mark Rogers, the Eagles shortstop. Last night, nothing out of 2 with a pair of walks. Also scored twice. Runner at second, nobody out. Rogers takes the first pitch, fastball for a strike. 174 on the season, no homers, 7 runs driven in for Rogers. Colby Kennedy, the runner at second, good speed, and the pitch, and a high off-speed pitch, and that evens the count at 1-1. Francisco Perez is giving Rogers all the room he wants down that right field line. 1 ball, 1 strike. There's a drive, well hit towards center, but he got under it. Rivas is going to make the catch, and no tag, and a good throw to the relay man, hitting that cutoff man. Rogers hit it well, but he just got under it. He does have some pop. Hit a pretty deep fly ball, but Kennedy with the play in front of him, and a good arm out there in center field. He's already in scoring position. Tyler Graves, a chance to drive in the run. Rodriguez checks that runner at second and delivers a fastball for a strike. Graves is hitting .235. No homers, no RBIs. Did some courtesy running last night, did not bat. Here's the 0-1. A little bit out in front of that one, and he fouls it off. No balls, 2 strikes. Outfield really playing these Eagles hitters to pull. Here's the 0-2. And a fastball just off the outside corner. Graves looked like he wasn't sure about that pitch himself. He got the benefit of the doubt. It's 1-2. 1 run is in. We're tied at 1. And the pitch. Pop this one up. And that'll be caught right behind the first base bag for out number 2. Arthur Lafferty now gets his second look at Roberto Rodriguez. He hit the first pitch into center field for a flyout. Ryan Heller then hit the first pitch to him. Didn't mean to swing, tried to check, and grounded back to the box. Bottom of the second. Go-ahead run at second base. Colby Kennedy drove in the base runner, Dario Huerta, with a double. And a first pitch up and over the head of the batter. One ball, no strikes. And the 1-0 on the way, misses low and outside. I'd like to see the Eagles take a step forward toward the pitcher in the batter's box. Two outs. Kennedy will be off on contact. Here's a 2-0. And a high pop-up. Chased one up and out of the zone. Morrison giving it a look, but it's out of play. So count of 2 balls and a strike. If Rogers can get one down that right field line, he can run for a long time. Here's a 2-1. Line drive, base hit into right field. Kennedy will round third. Throw to the plate will be cut off. Eagles lead 2-1. Lafferty drives in the go-ahead run. Kennedy scores. 2 runs are in, and Ryan Heller is at the plate. Parker Laffrey, RBI number 10 on the season. Good solid line drive single. Heller bounced back to the pitcher his first time up. 2 outs with the runner at first. And a fastball misses up and away. Heller will go the other way if they keep working him outside. He has good power to all fields. 1 ball, no strikes. Throw over to first. And runners back in time. Of course, Ryan Heller, TBC's all-time leading home run hitter. 8th season of baseball here at Trinity Baptist College. Coach John Copeland has been the leader since day one. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch to Heller. High pop-up on the infield. That should end the inning. And Diaz puts that one away, but the Eagles do score 2. 3 hits, 1 man left. After 2, it's TBC 2, FNU 1. Two to one, Trinity Baptist, the 2-run bottom half of the 2nd inning. And Will Van Sickle will pitch with a lead for the first time this afternoon. 2 innings so far, 1 run it was earned, 2 hits, both of them doubles. He hasn't walked anyone or struck anyone out. And he is going to face 9, 1, and 2. Nafi Perez, Daniel Rodriguez, and Sergio Rivas. Perez had no official at-bat last night. He did walk and score a run. There's a pop-up, foul territory. Heller over near the fence, and he makes the catch. So 1 out on the first pitch. Perez pops it up. Perez also had a sacrifice bunt in the 9th. So even though no official at-bat, he was productive in his limited opportunities. Here's a guy who's been productive since we started last night. Daniel Rodriguez doubled and scored, leading off the ball game. He scored on a sacrifice fly. Had 2 hits last night and 3 runs scored. And the pitch from Van Sickle is down low. Got a chance to meet and say hello to Daniel Rodriguez after the game last night. Very nice gentleman. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch. And a fastball misses low for ball 2. Of course, Daniel, being a catcher himself, was raving about the performance of Cale Jones, throwing out 3 base stealers. Of course, Jones, senior from Weber International. There's a ground ball hard towards short. Rogers with the scoop and the throw to first. A little low, but Heller holds the bag, and that's out number 2. Ryan Heller with the stretch and the scoop. And the base is empty with 2 outs for Sergio Rivas. 0 for 1, a fly ball to center, his first time up. Now, that fly out eventually led to a run. That allowed Gomera, the courtesy runner, to tag and get from second to third, and then Gamera was then able to score the run. Sometimes I forget about the courtesy runner when I look back and see who scored a run. Swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes. Rivas right on the line at the front of the batter's box. Swings at one in the dirt and it gets away. He didn't notice at first. He's just jogging lightly, and Jones, a throw to first off the mark. Heller got to the bag, and that one is on Rivas. He was not hustling after strike 3 hit the dirt. A light jog. He could and should have beaten that throw, so Eagles catch a break, and that is out number 3. 2-3 on the strikeout for the final putout. So a 1-2-3 inning for Will Van Sickle, his first strikeout. We go to the bottom of the third with the Eagles leading 2-1. Well, unless there was an injury to Sergio Rivas on the swing, he did not hustle down the line. Cale Jones was able to get that put out, and Rivas is out of the game. Going from right to center is Francisco Perez, and taking over in right field in the number 2 hole will be Julian Franco. So first, let's hope that Sergio Rivas is okay and is not injured. Will Van Sickle leads off for the Eagles. Takes a first pitch fastball in the outside corner. Will is 1 for 1, singled in the first inning. That happened after the first 2 men were out. Pitch on the way, and that one's driven hard towards right, but that's going to be caught. Franco, who just entered the game, gets the first pitch hit right to him on the line. And Sickles hit the ball hard both times. He's now 1 for 2. Cale Jones at the plate. Tracked that ball down, made a wide throw, but Ryan Heller was able to beat the runner to the bag to end the inning. Jones also made a very good defensive play, backing up a wild throw. And he was able to get an out on a runner trying to get back to first base. That was Yasiel Perez after the throwing error. Jones takes ball 1. And the pitch, a little bit out in front of that one, and he fouls it off. So the count even at a ball and a strike. Eagles 2 runs, 5 hits. Conquistadors 1 run on 2 hits. The 1-1. And Jones, he doesn't like waiting back on that. He likes to hit the fastball, and he fouled that one off. Might be a little frustrated with himself for not doing something else with that last pitch. Ball and 2 strikes. There's a high fly ball, well hit towards left, but it's going to stay in play and caught right up against the fence. Nafi Perez, he may have actually reached up over that yellow bar and possibly robbed Jones of a home run. And that is out number 2. Excellent play by Nafi Perez from here. It didn't look like the ball was going to reach the fence. But then Perez, when he reached up, after he caught the ball, his glove hit that yellow bar on the top of the fence. He may very well have robbed Cale Jones of a home run. 1 ball, no strikes. Josh Wharton at the plate, 0 for 1, a pop-up to the shortstop. That ended the first inning. Roberto Rodriguez and the pitch. Ground ball hard towards third, but that's going to be an easy 1-2-3 inning for Rodriguez. Thanks in large part to Nafi Perez out there in left field. 3 up, 3 down go the Eagles, and after 3, Trinity Baptist leads 2-1. Top of the 4th, Eagles lead 2-1. 3, 4, and 5 due up in the batting order for Florida National. Alexandro de Arazozo will lead it off. He's followed by Yasiel Perez and Kyle Morrison. I'm Ray Bureau. Thanks for joining us here all season long on the TBC Eagles Sports Network on YouTube. Our final broadcast day of the academic year as Will Van Sickle gets a first pitch fastball for a strike. Of course, this is the first of 2 here this afternoon between the Conquistadors and the Eagles. No balls and a strike, and the fastball misses upstairs. Florida National won last night's ball game 10-8. Eagles had some late opportunities. They did score a couple of runs after falling behind, but came up a little bit short. Didn't mean to swing, and a blooper that lands foul. So De Arazozo making a bid for a base hit on an excuse-me check swing. He'll trot on back to the plate with a count of 1 ball and 2 strikes. Will Van Sickle, 3 innings pitched so far, 1 earned run, no walks, 2 hits, 1 strikeout. Final games of the entire season for both these 2 teams this afternoon. Ball and 2 strikes and a breaking ball. Rolled towards short. Rogers cannot come up with it. That's going to be an error on the shortstop and a leadoff base runner for the Conquistadors.
Now batting
So
number 10.
Yasiel Perez, who's hit the ball hard throughout the series so far, he reached on a throwing error his first time up and took too big of a turn. That's the play we told you about. Cale Jones made. Middle infielders will play back and look to turn two. Potential tying run now at first base. And the first pitch, high chopper. And that's into left field. Over the head of Wharton. No chance for him to make the play. Rogers probably would not have had a play at first. That's going to be an infield single, or actually the ball went into left field. That's going to be a base hit.
Now batting number 37, Kyle Morrison.
So 2 on, nobody out, and Morrison at the plate. Lined hard to left his first time up. And the bunt is down. Wharton's going to have to hurry. Throw to first in time. Huerta covering. And a successful sacrifice bunt for Morrison. Moves both runners into scoring position. 1 out for the shortstop, Nick Diaz. He's 0 for 1. A ground ball to second his first time up. Tying run at third. Go ahead run at second. Eagles will play in. Van Sickle will go from the stretch with the runner at third. And the first pitch, breaking ball, misses outside. Defensive miscue to start the inning, then a chopper for a base hit. Sack bunt from Morrison. Now 2 balls, no strikes on Diaz. Pitch from Van Sickle, swing and a miss at a good hard fastball. Diaz looked like he was trying to do some damage with that one. Wind has shifted a little bit. It's now blowing more towards right field outward. And the 2-1. Another good fastball, but this one missed low and inside. Three balls and a strike. There's a line drive, base hit into center field. 2 runs will score. And this inning set up by the leadoff bobbled ball. And Diaz drives them both in. It is 3-2 Florida National. Arizosa and Perez both come in. Runner at first, 1 out. Francisco Perez started in right field, now playing center. He's 1 for 1, doubled in the second. And Sickle with the pitch, swing and a miss. Jones throws to first, but the runner's back in time. No balls, 2 strikes. One of those 2 runs unearned. And the pitch in the dirt. Jones with the block. Count of 1-2. High pop foul over near the dugout and out of play. The count remains 2-2. Check that, 1-2. Reds drove in 3 last night. Swung the bat pretty well through the series so far. Jones thought he had the strike. So did Van Sickle. Didn't get the call, and it's 2-2. And Sickle delivers, misses low. Ball gets by the catcher. That puts Diaz at second with 1 out. That's going to be a passed ball charged to Cale Jones. Three balls, 2 strikes. And Sickle delivers. Looper into center. Lafferty's going to make the catch, and that's out number 2. Pitcher Roberto Rodriguez at the plate, went down on strikes his first time up. 2 runs are in, the 2-run single by Diaz. Florida National leads 3-2. Eagles will have 6, 7, 8, and 9 due up. And a fastball in there for a strike. Huerta, Kennedy, Rogers. Anyone gets on, Graves. No balls and a strike. And a breaking ball misses low and outside. Count is 1-1. This breaking ball also low and outside. 2 balls and a strike. Here's a 2-1 and a chopper foul to the right side, left side, and it's 2-2. UNF Ospreys, Jacksonville D1 team, got a win last night, 3-0. Peter Holder, a complete game shutout as the Ospreys are finishing up their conference play in a couple of weeks and get ready for the tournament. All 3 misses low and outside. That came over Kennesaw State. They're going to play again this afternoon, and I'm doing that game tomorrow out at the University of North Florida. The 3-2, ground ball towards third. Wharton backhands, throw to first in time, and Wharton made that throw intentionally to use the dirt and got a true hop to Ryan Heller, and that ends the inning. 2 runs scored, though just one of them earned, the 2-run single by Nick Diaz. We go to the bottom of the 4th. The Conquistadors now lead 3-2. Bottom and Rogers for the Eagles. Anybody gets on, Tyler Graves. Conversation in the press box here is about Kyle Morrison, the 6'4" junior from Melbourne, Australia. Played some ball at Melton Secondary College before moving over to Florida National University. He's had himself a really nice series. Hit the ball pretty well. Morrison had 2 doubles last night, but even his outs have been hit sharply. Dario Huerta led off the second with a 2-base hit and ended up scoring the first TBC run as the Eagles got both their runs in the second. Florida National got a run in the first, 2 in the fourth. That's your scoring summary. 3-2 FNU as we start the bottom of the 4th. 2 7-inning ball games. Rodriguez's first pitch misses low and inside. Roberto Rodriguez, 3 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 5 hits, no walks, no strikeouts. Huerta chased one upstairs and fouled it off, and it's 1-1. All the Major League action starts later this afternoon. First game will be Arizona at St. Louis at 2:15. Everybody else later on. A Ball and a strike. And this one misses high for ball 2. Astros are in Toronto. Angels at the White Sox. Washington at San Francisco. Here's a 2-1. And a curveball had Huerta way out in front. And the count now is 2-2. Cleveland at Oakland. Minnesota and Tampa Bay. Seattle at Miami. San Diego at Pittsburgh. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Hot shot, one hopper towards third. Perez could not come up with it. That ball took a funny hop on him. That's going to be a base hit for Dario Huerta. Goes as an infield single because it stayed on the dirt, but Huerta hit that one hard. Perez looked like he was about to make the play, but that ball took a funny hop. So Huerta 2 for 2. Colby Kennedy at the plate. He drove in Huerta with an RBI double in the second inning. First pitch to Kennedy, got under it and lifted this one high down the left field line. It's in foul territory, and the catch is made for out number 1. So 1 out with the runner at first. Nafy Perez chases the ball in the corner, made the catch in foul ground. Mark Rogers flew out to center his first time. Huerta at first, 4 for 5 in stolen base attempts. Eagles trail by 1, and the first pitch to Rogers at the knees for a strike. Braves are in Texas. Red Sox at Baltimore. Phillies at the Mets, and the Mets threw a combined no-hitter last night. Their second no-no in team history. Here's the 0-1 to Rogers. It's low for ball 2. Gets by the catcher, but Huerta lost his footing and has to get back to first base. Huerta didn't notice right away, and by the time he did, he slipped on the dirt. So that keeps a tying run from getting into scoring position. Cubs are in Milwaukee. Yankees at Kansas City. Cincinnati at Colorado, and the Tigers at the Dodgers. Throw over to first, and they're going to pick off Huerta. So Huerta, some tough breaks on the base paths after his leadoff single. That'll go as a caught stealing towards Huerta and a pickoff for Rodriguez. 1 out, 2 outs now, base is empty. Rogers at the plate. There's a high fly ball, shallow center field. Should be an easy catch. And Francisco Perez puts that one away. The inning started off very nicely. Didn't end very nicely for the Eagles. After 4, 3-2 Conquistadors. Top of the fifth. 3-2 Conquistadors. Hitters 9, 1, and 2 due up. Nafi Perez, Daniel Rodriguez, Julian Franco. Dylan Owens has taken over in left field for Trinity Baptist. Colby Kennedy has come out, possibly to warm up. And Perez, with the bunt attempt, chased one up and out of the zone and went right through it for strike one. 1 run in the first, 2 runs in the fourth for the Conquistadors, 2 runs in the second for the Eagles. No balls and a strike, and a line drive single into center. So Perez recovers after the failed bunt attempt on the first pitch and laces one into center, so he's aboard. Nobody out. Hit number 4 off Will Van Sickle. He's allowed 3 runs, 2 of them earned. Daniel Rodriguez doubled. His courtesy runner scored in the first. Rodriguez launches one towards center. Lafferty drifting back. Plenty of room, and he makes the catch. So 1 away. Eagles had a great start to the bottom of the fourth, a base hit. Pickoff, though, erased that runner, and then Roberto Rodriguez ended up facing just 3 men in the fourth. So it'll be 9, 1, and 2 due up for TBC in the bottom of the fifth. Julian Franco gets his first at-bat of the game. Took over defensively. Has a runner at first, 1 out. Shows bunt, drops this one down. Jones comes out from behind the plate, throws high to first, but Heller's able to reach up and pull it down. So sack bunt, 2-3. Out number 2. Perez does advance. He's at second with 2 outs. Alejandro de Arizosa at the plate with a runner at second and 2 men out. And Sickle checks the runner. Swing and a miss. Jones able to pounce on the ball and keep the runner at second. Perez may not have noticed the ball got away from the catcher. Of course, these guys remember Cale with the throws last night. They're not going to take chances unless they're certain. No balls and a strike. Arizosa 0 for 1. Sac fly RBI in the first. Reached on an error and scored in the fourth. One ball, 1 strike. 2 outs, runner at second. Jones with a snap throw to second. It's into center field. Perez, though, cannot advance because Parker Lafferty did his job and backed up the throw. Two balls and a strike. And the 2-1 on the way. Check swing. He went around. Counts even at 2-2. Cale Jones looking for a potential interference call on that last play, but he's not going to get it. They're going to say he didn't swing the bat. We had that same kind of a call last night. And both Jones and Coach Copeland very unhappy with the call. Don't remember which FNU batter last night. I think it was Morrison, if I remember correctly, but this is the second time we've had a bat go way past the plate and called no swing. One last night and one right now. So again, we've had a swing go way past the plate and called no swing. So now we're going to check and make sure we have the correct count. I believe it would be 3-1 after that missed call. At first I thought Jones was talking about a potential interference as he came up ready to throw, but they called no swing. And a strike called, and that fills up the count. Coach Copeland letting umpires know he's very unhappy with that call a moment ago. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. And this one is pulled foul. And we'll go back to a 3-2 count. And Sickle delivers, swing and a miss. Ball hit the ground, so Jones will apply the tag, and that does end the inning. Leadoff single does not score. We go to the bottom of the 5th, 3-2 Florida National. Nine, 1, and 2 due up for the Eagles. Tyler Graves, Parker Lafferty, Ryan Heller. We checked the replay. That was definitely a swing. The bat was pointing towards second base. So Tyler Graves will try to get on base to represent the potential tying run. He is 0 for 1. A pop-up to the first baseman. Roberto Rodriguez, 4 innings pitched so far. 2 runs, both earned. 6 hits, no walks, no strikeouts. And he's going to face Graves, Lafferty, and Heller. And that ball is upstairs for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. And the pitch. And that one down the middle, taken for strike 1. Count of 1-1, and the pitch. Off-speed pitch, Graves out in front, he fouls it. And it's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. And that one's low and outside to even the count. Two balls, 2 strikes. Roberto Rodriguez with the pitch. And this one is popped foul and out of play. Roberto Rodriguez, a 5'10", 170-pound freshman from Miami, Florida. So local product. Florida National from Hialeah, just outside of Miami. Here's the 2-2. Strike three called, and that's out number one.
Now batting number 10, Parker Lafferty.
Base is empty, one out for Parker Lafferty, the leadoff hitter. Lafferty is 1 for 2. Drove in a run with a base hit his last time up. Flew out the center to start the ball game. That was the first strikeout for Roberto Rodriguez. And a fastball misses low and inside. 1 ball, no strikes. There's a line drive, well hit towards left, but right at Perez. Just took 2 steps and made the catch.
Now batting number 16, Ryan
2
Heller.
outs for Ryan Heller, who's 0 for 2. Ground ball to the pitcher and a pop-up to the shortstop. Strikeout and a line out. That's the inning summary thus far. We're trying to start a 2-out rally. And Heller nods his head in agreement on the called strike. Didn't want to hit the breaking ball, so 0-1. Rodriguez with the pitch. That one's grounded hard into left field. A base hit. Heller is aboard. 2 outs. Runner at first.
Now batting number 5, Will Benson.
Hit number 7 for the Eagles. And it brings up pitcher Will Van Sickle, who is 1 for 2. He's hit the ball hard twice, both pulled to right. Found the ground in the first. Ball was caught in the third. Ryan Heller represents the potential tying run. He's at first. There are 2 outs. And the first pitch misses up and away. One ball, no strikes. Heller gets his lead. Throw over to first. Rodriguez has picked off 1 man. Heller's a big man, but he runs pretty well. If Van Sickle can get one in the gap or down the line, Heller has a good chance to score from first. Here's the 1-0. In the dirt, throw to first, and Heller back. Daniel Rodriguez has been pretty good at blocking balls in the dirt last night and today. Two balls, no strikes. And ball 3 is high. Cale Jones waits on deck. And Sickle now in the driver's seat looking for a pitch to his own liking. Throw over to first. Heller back in time. Count is 3-0 to Van Sickle. And taking that one all the way, and it's 3-1. Strikeout, a line out, and a base hit. Here's a 3-1, and a slow roller towards second. That should be an easy play to retire the side. 2-out single. Nothing else for the Eagles. After 5, it's 3-2 Florida National. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Florida National. 2 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors for Trinity Baptist. Will Van Sickle out there to start the 6th inning. 5 innings pitched, 3 runs, 2 of them earned. He hasn't walked anyone. He has struck out 2. And he will face 4, 5, and 6 in the batting order. Yasiel Perez, Kyle Morrison, Nick Diaz, barring any changes. Conquistadors got 1 in the first, 2 in the fourth. Trinity Baptist got 2 runs in the second. Yasiel Perez is 1 for 2 with a run scored. He singled and came all the way around. That was the go-ahead run in the 4th inning. First pitch, curveball, misses low and outside. Nick Diaz drove in both Perez and Arizosa with a 2-run single in that 4th inning. And the fastball fouled out of play, and it's 1-1. No indication yet who's going to start game 2 this afternoon for either team. Here's the 1-1. Good fastball, swung on and fouled off. One ball, 2 strikes. And Sickle ready, and the pitch, and a good job of making contact by Perez, and he's alive with a count of 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Fastball, rounded foul just to the left of the bag. That ball hit very hard. Coach Strong wanted to make sure of where that ball hit. It was foul, but not by much. So a ball and 2 strikes. Yasiel Perez back in the box. Van Sickle delivers a breaking ball off the handle into center field. Laffrey charges in and makes the catch. So 1 out, bases empty for Kyle Morrison. He's 0 for 1. Last time up, laid down a sacrifice bunt that helped lead to the 2-run single. Bright sunshine here at Trinity Ball Yard. Van Sickle delivers a curveball for strike 1. Nobody throwing in the Florida National bullpen. Of course, we can't see the Eagles bullpen from up here on top of the third base dugout. Check swing, and again, Eagles do not get the call. That one a little bit closer, though. Here's the 1-1, swing and a miss. Oh, that was strike 3. So that's 2 outs. Nick Diaz at the plate.
Now batting number 0, Nick Diaz.
He drove in 2 with that base hit in the 4th. 1 for 2, 2 runs batted in. And the first pitch, fastball for the strike. Nothing in 1, and this one fouled out of play. No balls, 2 strikes. Bases are empty, 2 outs. Florida National leads 3-2. And the pitch in the dirt. That's ball 1. Final regular season games. The South Region Tournament begins on May 9th at Carolina University in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Heller with a really nice scoop. Van Sickle does his job, and that ends the inning. 1, 2, 3, nothing across for Florida National. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Conquistadors 3, Eagles 2. Cale Jones, Josh Wharton, Dario Huerta, the scheduled hitters for Trinity Baptist in the bottom of the sixth. The Eagles trail 3-2. And one play that could get lost in all the discussion. Last time Cale Jones batted, he hit one deep to left that Nafi Perez reached up over the fence, made the catch, and robbed Jones of a home run. And right now, that's the difference in the game. It's 3-2. Cale Jones at the plate. He's 1 for 2. Again, followed by Josh Wharton, Dario Huerta. If anybody gets on, Dylan Owens, Rogers, then Graves. Rodriguez still on the mound. Hard ground ball into left center field, and Cale Jones has his second hit of the game. And as a catcher, we're likely to see a courtesy runner for Jones. Nick Zito usually does that, and Jones is trotting off. Here comes Zito to take over at first base. Jones hit the first pitch. He's hit it hard all last night and so far today. 2 for 3 now. Zito takes over at first. Josh Wharton at the plate. Pop up and a ground out. Nothing out of 2. Zito, good speed at first. Wharton drops down the bunt. They're going to go to second. The throw is high, pulls him off the bag, and everybody's safe. It's going to go as a fielder's choice and an error on the pitcher on the throw. Tying run at second. Potential go-ahead run at first. Nobody out. Dario Huerta at the plate. He is 2 for 2. Fielder's choice and an error on the pitcher sets up what the Eagles look to turn into a big inning. At the very least, get that tying run in. The throw had Zito beaten, but it pulled the shortstop Diaz off the bag. Let's see what Dario Huerta has in mind with 2 on and nobody out. Not showing bunt. Ball was low and outside. It looked like Rodriguez was trying to deke the runners. He had the ball all along. Eagles base runners not buying it. Corner infielders in for the potential bunt. Middle infielders back, looking to turn 2. Huerta showed no signs at all of bunting on the first pitch. Of course, things could change. He scoots up a little in the batter's box. And Rodriguez turns, takes a look, nothing going on. Nobody out, 2 men on, tying and go-ahead runs. Huerta at the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. Now he squares, drops down the bunt, has a chance to beat it. The throw to first, hits the runner. Everybody's safe. Zito will score, and we're tied at 3. going to be a base hit for Huerta. He had to throw beaten. The ball hit him. Let's hope he's all right. That ball got him. But he brings in the run. It's going to be a base hit for Huerta and an error on the third baseman to allow the runner to score. We're tied at 3. Josh Wharton went all the way to third on the play. Huerta's at first. Again, credit him with an infield single on the bunt. The run is unearned, but it's on the board. Of course, depending on what Dylan Owens does, that could change to an earned run. Wharton at third. Runner at first as well. That's Huerta. Nobody out. 1 run is in. We're tied at 3. Owens shows bunt, pulls it back, and takes a strike. Dylan Owens is hitting .217 on the season. He has driven in 4. He's also walked 10 times. Good eye at the plate. No balls and a strike. Throw to first. Runner back in time. So the wild throw that allowed Zito to get safe at second, and then another throw that hit the batter runner allowed Zito to score. Owens takes a fastball high, and the count is even at 1-1. First plate appearance of the series for Dylan Owens. Came in the top of the 5th defensively to play left field. Mark Rogers on deck, followed by Tyler Graves. Here's the 1-1. High fly ball, slicing foul, and it is out of play. That ball kept on carrying and actually cleared the outfield fence, but foul. Actually, Francisco Perez is better off letting that ball drop had it stayed in play because Josh Wharton was tagging us. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Throw over to first and runner back in time. Not a lot of intent on that one. Might have just been trying to see what the base runners might be up to. And the pitch to Owens. Ball gets away. Here comes Wharton. The throw is not in time. The Eagles lead 4-3. That's going to be a wild pitch charge to Rodriguez. Trinity Baptist taking advantage of extra opportunities. Also on the play, Huerta goes to second. Still nobody out. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The count on Dylan Owens. Big insurance run out there at second base. And Owens takes one low and outside. Three balls, 2 strikes. Line drive, caught. That will save at least a base hit and runners at the corners. Arizosa makes the catch. Huerta very alert at second. Made sure the ball had to get through. The ball was caught, and there's 1 out. Mark Rogers will try to drive in that run. 4-3 Eagles. 2 runs are in. And Rogers shows bunt, pulls it back, takes ball 1. It's 7, 8, and 9 due up in the 7th for Florida National. We'll see if Will Van Sickle comes out, try to finish this one off. We've had only 2 starting pitchers so far. 1 ball, no strikes, and Rogers chased one up and out of the zone on the bunt attempt. And it's 1-1. Rogers looked like he might have been trying to bunt for a hit that time. One ball, one strike. Let's see if he squares around again. Yes, he does. Rodriguez from the stretch and steps off the mound. The runner at second is Dario Huerta. He didn't get credit for an RBI, but his bunt single led to the tying run. Here's the 1-1. Pulled back and almost a wild pitch. It's 2-1. Tyler Graves next. Then the top of the order, Parker Laffrey. Remember, this is a 7-inning ball game. Here's a 2-1. High fly ball, shallow left field. Perez will make the catch. No tag, and there are 2 away. So it's up to Tyler Graves if he wants to give Trinity Baptist an extra run. But he's being called back, and Luis Aguilera has a bat.
Now batting number 18, Luis Aguilar.
So it'll be Aguilar trying to drive in the run. First at bat of the series. 231, 1 homer. That was a grand slam at Toccoa Falls. He has driven in 6 total runs. It's going to be Nick Zito, this time as a pinch runner, taking over at second base. So Nick Zito, who was a courtesy runner, now officially in the game, running for Dario Huerta. Aguilar, first pitch to him is upstairs. Well, Huerta has good speed, but Nito Zito, one of the fastest Eagles. Trying to say both Dick and Zito at the same time. So, hey, Nick, you got a new nickname, Nito Zito. One ball, no strikes to Aguilar. Swing and a foul tip into the mitt. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Eagles have taken the lead. It's 4-3. Aguilar takes strike 2. He can keep it alive. Top of the order would be next. Long look by Roberto Rodriguez. Nobody throwing in the bullpen. The 1-2. In the dirt. Rodriguez makes the catch, keeps the runner at second. It's 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Foul tip, and Aguilar just does stay alive. Rodriguez couldn't quite hold on. No practicing that. You either catch it or you don't. So another 2-2 offering to Luis Aguilar. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. And that retires a side. However, Trinity Baptist scores 2. And as we go to the 7th, it's 4-3 Eagles. It'll be 7, 8, and 9 due up for Florida National. Francisco Perez, Roberto Rodriguez, Nafi Perez, barring any changes. Will Van Sickle has gone the distance so far, as has Roberto Rodriguez. Van Sickle, 6 innings pitched, 3 runs, just 2 of them earned. 5 hits, no walks, 3 strikeouts. And the first pitch to Perez is in there for a strike. Looks like we have a pinch hitter waiting on deck for Florida National. There's a chopper towards third. Wharton had to wait for the hop. Throw to first. Close play, but they got him. Wharton had to wait for the ball to come down, and he made a terrific throw. Francisco Perez busting it down the line. And it looks like Alejandro Contreras will bat for Roberto Rodriguez.
Now batting number 23, Alejandro Contreras.
We saw Contreras last night. Pinch hitting for Rodriguez now. Contreras had a base hit and a walk late in last night's ball game. He hit the first pitch he saw and smacked it into left field. Takes this first pitch, curveball for a strike. That was in the 8th inning, and then drew a walk in the 9th. Then Sergio Rivas re-entered as the pinch runner. And that one misses low in the dirt, and the count is even at 1-1. Eagles 2 outs away from the win. Bases are empty, 1 out, top of the 7th, 4-3 TBC. And a high fastball for ball 2. Nafi Perez next. And if the inning continues, top of the order. Rather worry about Rodriguez and Franco in game 2. There's a high fly ball, and that one is out of play. There is action in the Florida National bullpen just in case they can score and force a bottom of the 7th. I'm seeing that correctly. It's Kyle Morrison. There's a looper towards Heller, and he makes the catch, and there are 2 outs. Base is empty for Nafi Perez. He is 1 for 2. A solid base hit in the center his last time up. 2 outs, base is empty. Eagles got 2 runs in the 6th. That gave them the 4-3 lead. First pitch from Van Sickle, swung on and missed. Again, let's get Nafi Perez and worry about Rodriguez a little later today. No balls and a strike. Strike 2 on the breaking ball. Van Sickle with the 0-2. Tried to snap that one off, but it hit the dirt, and the count is 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, the pitch, swing and a miss, and that's the ball game. Well, Van Sickle with 4 strikeouts. He goes the distance, and the Eagles win it 4-3. Van Sickle, of course, the winning pitcher, 7 innings pitched, 5 hits, 3 runs, just 2 of them earned. The big number, he didn't walk anyone, and he strikes out 4. Roberto Rodriguez pitched very well himself, a complete game, 6 innings pitched. He allowed 4 runs. Only 2 of those were earned. Rodriguez didn't walk anyone either. He struck out 1. Well, that's it for game number 1. The final game of the season for both the Eagles and the Conquistadors will begin at approximately 2:20. So keep watching, and you'll know when we're back here on TBC Eagles. Final score, Trinity Baptist 4, Florida National 3. I'm Ray Bureau.